Hey guys, welcome to At Home Fitness with Coach A. I am Coach A, and this is the YouTube channel that aims to bring you guys in gym quality coaching and workouts for your at-home or garage gym needs. Now, today is day number 240 here in Cleveland, Ohio of our At Home Fitness programming series. And without further ado, here's what we're looking at today. We're going to start off with one of our strength cycle pieces or improvement cycle pieces, however you want to look at that. We're looking at 3 rounds. The reps have increased for the Bulgarian split squats this week. It was 5 to 6 last week. We're looking at 6 to 8 this week. That can allow you guys to maintain the same weight, the same load you would have used last week, and still find a way to improve and increase on a week-to-week basis. Now, even rest, that basically just means I want you guys to rest between the right and the left the same amount of time that you're going to rest between the left and the right. All right, so keep it kind of an even off-sided rest going through. You do one set one side, take 30 seconds to a minute maybe. Do the other set the other side, 30 seconds to a minute. Don't be afraid to increase the rest as you guys go through. Just keep it even. Right? So make sure the left side and the right side are both getting the same amount of rest. That's all that really means. If you need to increase the rest in order to increase or maintain the quality of your movement, do it for this. Now, second piece today is going to be a bit of a nasty one. You're going to have to finish 75 total barbell thrusters 4 times at 95-65 pounds. This weight should be something. So when it comes to establishing whether or not we should be doing 95-65, this should be a weight that you guys can, at the top end, do 15 to 20 reps in a row. Not saying you're going to do that to start this, not saying you should do that to start this, but you should be capable of 15 to 20 reps with this weight, even if you think that kind of a set would absolutely wreck you. That's the capacity we're looking for here. 95-75 or 95-65, is not necessarily a heavy thruster weight for the people that should be doing it for this. Now, the little caveat here is on the minute. You guys are going to perform 5 bent over row with the same barbell. I don't care if you guys keep the barbell in your hands for 5 straight minutes, right? We just have to on the minute and start with bring that bar down, do our bent over row. You guys are going to see me demonstrate here in a bit, and then pop it up into the position on the rack position for our thrusters. Utilize the hips, guys. That's going to be the biggest key here. Do not make this a shoulder workout entirely. Use the hips for the thrusters, not for the row. I should say that. Don't use the hip for the row. Use the hip for the thruster. Stick around if you guys want to see modifications and demonstrations. All right, we're in week 3 of this new strength cycle, which means this is the 3rd week of the Bulgarian split squats. You guys should have a pretty good feel by now what the movement's going to go, how we're going to load it, whether it's going to be a bar, dumbbells, kettlebell, whatever. What I want you guys to focus on this week is increasing the reps with the weight you had last week, assuming you stayed in that 5 to 6 rep range. We're now in a 6 to 8. If you undershot last week and you feel like you could do a lot more, then feel free to increase the weight. But the goal is steady, consistent progress, so that steady, consistent progress this week can solely come from the reps if that's what we're looking at. Feel free, as always, to keep pushing down. Who's ready for their barbell beatdown? All right, let's hit this. 4 times 75 thrusters, guys. Remember that weight's supposed to be 95-65. We are going to start each minute, including that first minute, with our 5 bent over row. Flip it right up to the front rack and go. Don't waste time early on. Get those reps while you guys still can get them aggressively. So I would normally be trying to take this as close as I can to that minute, collect as many reps as I can. Obviously, you guys aren't going to sit here for a minute, so I'm going to go back into what is going to be that second round. Theoretically, if I bring it right down from the thruster, that's fine. I'm always going right back into that thruster. I would say that's definitely a spot where you guys don't want to rest if you're going to be resting, is from the row to the thruster. If we put the bar down like we do here, after the thruster going into that next row, that's fine. But once you guys have it up, keep it up, snap it to the shoulders and go. Stay tuned for movement modifications. Alright guys, welcome to the modifications for today's workout. Dumbbells, kettlebells, both, one. That's basically what we're going to go over today. So let's say I have both of these to work with. I have 2 kettlebells, doesn't matter, it's going to be the same idea here. Both can be front rack, both can be row. So I'm going to start myself with those bent over row. Once I hit 5, I'm up, I'm racking them, I'm into the thruster position, okay? If it's a single side, so let's say we only have 1 dumbbell, we only have 1 kettlebell, then I want the minute to stay that side. And you guys are obviously going to alternate minutes, alternate sides. So remember, the beginning of the minute is the row. So if I start rowing, so I'm putting a little bit of shoulder rotation there, but I'm not rotating the spine, the lower spine specifically. All right, I'm kind of letting that shoulder drop with the lat, and then I'm flexing that lat back for 5. From there, I pop it up on the right, and I'm into my thrusters. Next round, I'm gonna start with that left arm row, and then I'm gonna pop it up on the left and into the thrusters. Now, let's say we don't have kettlebells, dumbbells, barbells. We do have a ball. We can do wall balls, right, for the thrusters. Squat and release. Obviously, this is gonna be more challenging. You guys can always bent over row the ball. You can bent over row yourself, meaning if we have rings, if we have a TRX, if there's some way we can do that inverted row, that's an option. Now, keep in mind, for some of this stuff though, things like this, if it's not gonna be weight that's gonna stay in the hands, you will have to transition back and forth. So I want you guys to make sure that you're able to have a smooth transition back and forth, meaning this stuff's pretty close. It's things that are easy to transition, stuff like that. The one advantage you do have if you're going to the wall ball is it's gonna be a lot easier. It's gonna take a lot less out of you than the weight will. So that's something you should be able to get done probably a little bit quicker without as many transitions back and forth. Or if it does take you a while to get back and forth, you're still gonna come out to about the same realm. We can always use a band. You can always stand there, row a band. Theoretically, I could set my wall ball up here. I have my post right there that I could attach the rope to, or sorry, attach the band to. I grab it, I do my row, I step to the side, and I'm in my wall balls, okay? So there's all kinds of ways to do this. As long as you're getting the hip extension to the overhead position from the wall ball, the thruster, pressing something up, even if it's a book bag, you guys have it, a weight vest, something along those lines. And we have that pulling mechanism where we're working the back side of the shoulders in between those.